Chris Christie has responded to Donald Trump's accusations against him and insults at him and the body shaming and the all of it. And I'll show you Chris Christie's response in just a moment. But first, I will remind you what this looks like from Donald Trump. Here's him at a recent speech in Windham, New Jersey.
Who's good? No,
or Wyndham.
No, he's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig. You can't do it. You can't do that. So now, because you're not allowed to do that, and therefore we're not going to do it. Okay.
So childish and so low character, and not someone who should be the president of the United States. Well, here is Chris Christie on Hugh Hewitt's show responding.
Now, Governor, I saw you on Bret Baier last night, and you are now tied for second in New Hampshire with Governor DeSantis. Obviously, President Trump has noted, because he took a hard shot at you, about your weight this weekend. How do you respond to that?
He's a child, Hugh. A child. This is the kind of stuff that goes on in a schoolyard with fourth graders. But that's what we can come to expect from Donald Trump. And that's why I don't even know why real smart folks like you, take him seriously. His conduct is reprehensible on any number of levels, both, while he was president and most particularly in the time after he's left the presidency. And so I don't care what he thinks about the way I look, quite frankly. And what I suggest to him is that they install, although I know it's possible maybe they couldn't, a few more mirrors, but not the magic kind, at Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster, so we can see what he looks like.
So as to the ending there, I've made clear, I don't think the best way to respond to someone body shaming is to body shame back. I don't think the best way to respond to him calling Chris Christie fat is to say Trump's fat. Obviously, Trump is also overweight, so it does make the insult even more strange, out of left field or whatever. But either way, I think you should just avoid it altogether, especially within the arena of political discussions. How is that relevant at all to how good you would govern or the policies you're putting forward? And this is the way that the seriousness of American politics, in large part because of Trump and Trumpism, is degrading. And now we're having these insults fly back and forth instead of a meaningful discussion about policy, which you almost laugh whenever I say that phrase when we're thinking about the Republican primary. A meaningful discussion about policy? Obviously, that's not going on at all. And that's unfortunate. And while we talk a lot about the ping-ponging back and forth, the insults and the wild stuff from Trump on a day-to-day basis, if you really get down to it, to the core of what I feel and what we should feel about this moment, it's really unfortunate and sad, because that's not serving the American people whatsoever. It's not serving people to have politicians such as Trump, and Trump being the most extreme example of this, who, number one, are constantly just worried about performing and themselves, and it's all ego and their victimhood complex when it comes to his legal troubles and degrading other people and throwing insults like this. And that becomes the focus, instead of how do I craft a message that's representative of a policy platform that I think can win over as many people as possible so I can win elections. I mean, that is so far, especially within the GOP, from what we're experiencing right now from most of these candidates. The other thing I like about that clip is that Chris Christie called out Hugh Hewitt. If you didn't hear it, he said, what I suggest to him is, no, that's the wrong quote. But he did say to Hugh Hewitt that I don't know why people like you take Trump seriously. And that's huge as well. I think when some of these media figures engage with what are more serious politicians than Trump, the more serious politicians should call out the media figures that do assist in making Trump portrayed as a more serious candidate or a more thoughtful, wise candidate. And that is how Trump's treated by some individuals. It's not to say he's unserious in that he can't win. He can. But a lot of the Hugh Hewitts of the world pretend like Trump is having a meaningful policy discussion and don't call him out for the child that he is. And I think it's nice that Christie made that clear to the face of the guy asking him the question. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.